The Great Meadow, a story of two lions, a hyena, a tiger, and an elephant. Once upon a time, far away in a sunlit land, there was a great green meadow. The meadow was wide and full of soft grass, colourful flowers, and gentle streams. The sky above was always a bright blue, and the air smelled sweet like honey and rain. All the animals of the savannah lived nearby, but 5 animals were the biggest and bravest of all. 2 mighty lions, a clever hyena, a strong tiger, and a gentle elephant. The lions, Luma and Leo. Luma and Leo were the 2 big lions. Luma, the older brother, had a golden mane that sparkled in the sunlight. He was wise and calm, and his deep roar echoed across the land. Leo, the younger brother, was playful and curious. He had a thick mane too, but his eyes were always bright with mischief. Every morning the 2 lions would rise with the sun. Luma liked to stretch in the soft grass and watch the world wake up. Leo loved to chase butterflies and roll in the wildflowers. They were strong and brave, but they always looked out for each other. Not far from the lions lived Hazi the hyena. Hazi wasn't big or strong, but he was quick and clever. His fur was patchy and he had a laugh that sounded like music on the wind. Hazi was always full of ideas and stories. He could find his way through the thickest grass and the tallest reeds, and he always knew where to find the tastiest berries or the coolest shade. Despite what some animals thought, Hazi was kind and helpful. He loved to share his stories with anyone who would listen and was always ready to help his friends with his quick thinking. Deep in the shady trees at the edge of the meadow lived Tara the tiger. Tara's orange and black stripes glimmered in the dappled sunlight. She was as graceful as the wind and moved so softly that you could hardly hear her paws on the ground. Tara was quiet and thoughtful. She liked to sit by the stream and watch the water sparkle. Sometimes she dreamed of distant lands, but she loved her home among the trees most of all. She was strong, but her real power was in her kindness and her gentle heart. Elani the elephant was the biggest of them all. She was wise and gentle, with soft grey skin and long, graceful tusks. Elani was the heart of the meadow. She helped keep the streams flowing by digging little paths with her trunk and spread seeds of flowers everywhere she walked, so the meadow was always blooming. Everyone respected Elani, and when she spoke, even the wind seemed to listen. She was old and had seen many seasons. She loved all the animals and always tried to bring them together. One morning, the meadow was peaceful and golden. Luma and Leo were napping together under their favourite tree. Hazi was watching ants build a hill. Tara was sunbathing on a big flat rock, and Elani was playing with her reflection in the river. Suddenly a loud rumble shook the ground. The earth trembled and the grass waved. Elani lifted her trunk and listened. The birds stopped singing. The rumble came again, louder this time. Out of the forest stumbled a herd of zebras, eyes wide with fear.
"Help! Help! The river is blocked! The water has stopped!" "We must help. If the river is blocked, the whole meadow will dry up. We need everyone to work together."
The 2 lions, the hyena, the tiger, and the elephant gathered in the center of the meadow. Elani led the way, her big feet making soft prints in the mud. Tara prowled beside her, silent and strong. Luma and Leo followed side by side, their tails flicking. Hazi trotted ahead, sniffing the air and listening for clues. They followed the dry riverbed until they found the problem. A huge pile of rocks and fallen branches had blocked the river. Water trickled through, but it was not enough for all the animals. Luma nodded, and together the lions pushed against the biggest rock, but the rock was heavy and it wouldn't budge. Tara tried to move the branches with her strong paws, but some were stuck under the rocks. Hazi darted around, searching for a way to untangle the branches. Elani used her trunk to lift the smaller rocks and throw them aside, but she couldn't reach the ones buried at the bottom. After a while, they were all tired, the sun was hot, and the work was hard.
Maybe if we all use our special strengths, we can solve this problem. Elani, you are the strongest. Luma and Leo, you are brave and work well together. Tara, you are graceful and can squeeze into small spaces. I am quick and clever. If we each do what we do best, maybe we can clear the river.
That is a wise idea, Hazi.
So, they made a plan. Elani would use her strong trunk to lift the biggest rocks at the top. Luma and Leo would push at the heavy rocks together, just as they always played together when they were cubs. Tara would slip into little spaces and pull out the sticks and branches that were wedged in tight. Hazi would be the lookout, searching for weak spots and warning them if anything was about to fall. They went back to the river and got to work. Elani lifted rock after rock, her trunk strong and steady. Luma and Leo pushed together, using all their weight to move the largest stones. Tara slipped between the rocks, her stripes blending in with the shadows, pulling out tangled branches with her teeth and paws. Hazi scurried ahead, finding the easiest paths and warning his friends to watch out for sharp stones. Together they worked as a team. With every rock they moved and every branch they cleared, the water trickled a little faster. The river began to sing again, bubbling and sparkling in the sunlight. Finally, after hours of hard work, the last big rock loosened and rolled away. Water rushed through, cool and clear, filling the riverbed and splashing over their feet. The meadow cheered as the river danced and sparkled. The zebras came back, and so did the antelope, the giraffes, and all the other animals. They laughed and played in the water, grateful for their new friends.
Today we learned that everyone is important. With strength, courage, cleverness, and kindness, we can solve any problem, together.
The two lions, Hazi the hyena, Tara the tiger, and Elani the elephant, sat side by side. They watched the stars come out, shining softly above the peaceful meadow.
Today was hard, but I'm glad we did it together.
I liked being part of the team. Sometimes even the strongest need a friend.
Every animal has something special to give. Together, we are unstoppable.
Let's make a promise. No matter what happens, we will always help each other and look out for our friends.
From that day on, the meadow was full of happiness and peace. The two lions played together by the river, racing the wind. Tara wandered under the trees, sharing stories with Hazi, who always had a new joke or clever idea. Elani watched over them all, her wise eyes twinkling. When the rain fell, they sheltered together under the umbrella trees. When the sun shone, they chased butterflies and rolled in the grass. The river always flowed, cool and clear, because their teamwork had saved the meadow. And when the stars shone bright each night, the two lions, the hyena, the tiger, and the elephant would gather by the river, knowing that together they could do anything. The end. May you always remember, with friends by your side, no problem is too big, and every day can end in happiness and peace. Good night, dear one, and may your dreams be full of meadows, rivers, and friends who help you shine.